Are you safe? That is the single biggest question keeping you awake at night right now, isn't it? You look at your retirement nest egg, the money you worked 30, 40, 50 years to save, and you are terrified that you are going to outlive it. You've been told for decades about the famous 4% rule. You've heard that if you have $1 million, you can take out $40,000 in your first year, adjust it for inflation every year after, and your money will last for 30 years. But let me ask you a very direct question. Do you feel comfortable gambling your financial survival on a rule created in the 1990s, back when inflation was stable and market crashes didn't happen every few years? No, you don't. Because the world has changed. People are living longer, way longer. If you retire at 62 or 65, your retirement isn't just going to last 20 or 30 years, it could easily last 35 or 40 years. And if you experience a massive stock market crash right after you retire, what we in the industry call sequence of returns risk, and you keep pulling out 4% while your portfolio is down, you are going to bleed your account dry. You will look up at age 85 and find yourself completely broke. That is the nightmare. That is the fear. So, what is the solution? It is the 3% rule for retirement. The 3% rule is the ultimate strategy for absolute financial safety. It means that in your very first year of retirement, you take your total retirement nest egg and you multiply it by 3%. That number, and that number alone, is what you are allowed to withdraw to live on for that first year. If you have $1 million saved, 3% is $30,000. If you have $500,000 saved, it is $15,000. Then, in the second year, you don't look at your account balance again to calculate your lifestyle, you simply take that original amount and increase it by whatever the actual rate of inflation was. Why must you drop from 4% down to 3%? Because that one single percent difference changes everything. It buys you longevity insurance. When you lower your initial withdrawal to 3%, you are giving your money a massive buffer. Even if the stock market tanks the year after you retire, your portfolio has enough meat on its bones to survive the downturn, recover when the market goes back up, and continue paying you for the rest of your life. But I know what you are thinking right now. You are sitting there looking at the math and you are starting to panic. You are saying, Susie, $30,000 a year on $1 million basket? That is not enough to live on. If I limit myself to 3%, my standard of living is going to plummet. I'll be trapped in my house, unable to travel, unable to enjoy my golden years. Listen to me, I hear you. And this is exactly where the question transforms from how do I protect my money to how do I actually survive on this rule. The 3% rule is a jealous master. It demands unflinching discipline. If you choose to use it, you cannot just say, oh, this year I need a new car, so I'm going to take out 6% and then try to go back to 3% next year. The moment you violate the threshold, the math breaks down and the risk of running out of money skyrockets. Your retirement portfolio is not a slush fund. It is a locked income generator. So how do you bridge the gap between what the 3% rule allows you to take and what you actually need to pay your bills? You do it by building a secure, multi-layered retirement income floor. Your first actionable step right now is to separate your essential expenses from your fun money. Your essential expenses, your housing, your healthcare, your food, your utilities, your real estate taxes, must be covered by guaranteed income sources that have absolutely nothing to do with the stock market. I am talking about your Social Security. I am talking about a traditional pension if you are lucky enough to have one. If your Social Security covers $30,000 of your needs, and your 3% withdrawal covers another $30,000, you now have $60,000 of rock-solid, unbreakable income. What if there is still a gap? What if your guaranteed income and your 3% withdrawal still don't cover the baseline of what it costs to be you? Then you must look at alternative ways to generate guaranteed income without risking your principal. You look at multi-year guaranteed annuities, or certificates of deposit, or high-yield savings accounts to build a cash bridge. You do not simply pull more money out of your volatile stock portfolio. And if the numbers still do not add up, you have to have the courage to make the hard choices before it is too late. You downsize the home that is draining you with maintenance and property taxes. You cut the discretionary leaks in your spending. Or, if you are still working, you work just 1 or 2 years longer, or you take a fun, part-time job in early retirement. Why? Because every year you delay touching your retirement nest egg, and every dollar you don't have to pull out, is a massive victory for your future self. Do not let the illusion of liquidity trick you. Just because you see a big number in your investment account doesn't mean you are flush with cash to spend willy-nilly. Every single dollar in that account has a job to do, and that job is to keep you safe until the day you die. Adopt the 3% rule as your baseline framework for ultimate safety. Build your guaranteed income floor around it. Protect your principal, eliminate your high-interest debt today, and stop treating your nest egg like a lottery jackpot. You have worked too hard to lose your peace of mind now. Be strong, be disciplined, and secure your future today.